What's up, SE Nation? Welcome back to another video. I am Ramzi Majraba, and today we're talking about how managers can either make life easy or really make life difficult. I'm sharing 3 stories today, all similar, and it's all about how managers deal with situations. I want to share 2 good stories about how managers dealt with situations, 2 options, and 1 really bad one. 1 that's personal, that's happened to me, and 2 that's happened to either people that I've talked to or people that I've coached. By the way, I coach people, so if that's something that you feel like you need, let me know. So let's start with the personal story because it's the simplest one. I'm a generalist SE and I work with specialist SEs. This particular specialist SE worked with me out of Ottawa. And we had a situation where we're both working together on a proof of concept with a customer, and it was time to pick up the equipment. I was talking to the specialist SE. He said, I'm in the neighborhood. Do you want me to pick the equipment up, the hardware? I'm like, sure, that would be great. So he did that. He picked up the equipment. And 3 months later or something, I was talking to my manager and he said, oh yeah, that specialist SE's salesperson, because specialist SEs within our company had specialist salespeople, was complaining that you weren't doing your job and you did not pick up the equipment. Like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. He's like, go talk to the specialist SE and nip it in the bud. So I went and walked over to the specialist SE and I said, okay, what's going on? Your salesperson's complaining to my manager that I didn't pick up the equipment. And he's like, oh, I was just informing him of the fact that I picked up the equipment. And that was the end of the story. How it could have went was my sales engineer manager would come to me and say, like, you're not doing your job, Ramsey. The salespeople don't trust you. Why don't you go do your job and pick up the equipment instead of sending the specialist salesperson or a specialist SE? Second situation. Another positive impact of an SE manager. I'm talking to a gentleman who mentioned that it's been a while since that happened. A customer complained about them as an SE. It was a personal issue that the SE was not aware of. Basically, the customer did not like him for some reason or another. And we run into that as sales engineers. Some people just want to watch the world burn, as Alfred from Batman said. They just want to cause chaos. There is no rhyme or reason why they don't like a specific person. They just decided they don't like them. So what happens? The customer tells the salesperson then goes and requests that an SE gets removed from an account. They request that from the SE manager. The SE manager now has several choices. They could do that, what the sales manager was requesting. He could simply she could simply remove the SE from the account, because if the customer wants that, the customer is always right. Just ask the SE. Right? Or they can go and yell at the sales engineer, or they can go and talk to the sales engineer. And that's what this manager did. He went and talked to the sales engineer, like, what's going on. The sales engineer explained the situation and explained the plan that he has of how to overcome that, right? It's easy. Like, if someone complains about us, it's easy for us to be sad and say, like, oh, whatever. But it's always good as sales engineers to make the sales engineer manager's job easier and have a plan of how we're going to attack a certain situation or a problem. Because now the sales engineer manager can use it to defend. In any case, the sales engineer manager went back to the salesperson and said, no, that person's staying on the account. They're a good SE. I trust them. They have other champions within the customer organization, so we're not removing them off the account. And they became successful together, even though it happened. And just so we're clear, salespeople, part of their job is to complain in general. And like, not all salespeople, it's never always all salespeople, but it's enough to have a reputation. Sales and people are under a lot of stress because they have quota to hit, they cannot control the market, They cannot control the quota. Right? Like 1 year, their quota is 6 million. The next year, their quota is 10 million. Where are they going to make that 4 million from? And their job is on the line. So what they end up doing is complaining about the sales engineer. Somehow, the sales engineer did not do this properly, did not manage the POC properly, did not do the demo properly. There's always reasons why they lost the deal that's not related to them. And it could be true. My experience in most cases that it's not true. A lot of sales engineers don't know how to demo. But that's from the vendor side, the competitor side, that's all from all sides, which kind of is sad to say that all SEs equally suck. Not all, again, generalization, but enough to not move the deal forward, but they did not lose the deal because of that demo or that proof of concept. It could be that the customer never wanted to buy, and the salesperson forced the SE to do the demo. The SE did the demo and the customer still didn't want to buy, and now it's the SE's fault because they didn't wow them with a demo. And that's the thought process that salespeople go through. So, salespeople complain, and they usually complain to SE managers or sales leaders, whoever, but in the end, the puck goes to the SE manager, and the SE manager can make a big difference. In this example, the SE manager had the SE's back. And I'm not saying SE managers should have the back of every single SE, whether they're good or bad, but if there's a bad SE on the team, the question I have is, why are they bad? How did they get hired? If the SE manager inherited that SE, what are they doing to improve that SE situation? If they're bad because they're just bad in general because they don't know how to do things, they don't have the skills for it, that's one story. But if they're bad because they're not receiving proper training, which most SEs don't, whose fault is that? Okay. Anyways, I'm not here to blame people because it's always more than one person's fault that something happened, but whatever. The third story I got, it's a similar story where salespeople complain to SE managers. In this particular situation, the average quota attainment for the salespeople, it seems fairly low. And 2 out of basically 8 salespeople are hitting quota. So there's something horribly wrong there. Then they're being supported by one SE who's being asked to do multiple things that are outside, not their job description, but outside their responsibility. Not only that, they don't even have time to do it. It's not like they're saying, oh, it's not my job. But they don't have time to do it. Even if they wanted to do it, they wouldn't have time because it's one SE supporting 8 salespeople. And now the salesperson complains to the SE manager. Again, the SE manager has the option to do multiple things. This SE manager decided to go and yell at the SE and telling the SE that they're not performing well, without zero proof of them not performing well beyond the salesperson's word. And not only do they say you're not performing well, they don't provide proper examples of how they're not performing well. So you come to me and you yell at me, you say, hey, Ramsey, you're not doing your job well. It's like, all right, give me examples so I can fix it. I don't have any examples. How can I fix it? You basically just left me confused because I thought I was doing my job for the last year or 2 or 3 or whatever, how long I've been doing it. You left me confused. I don't have anything to fix. And I am in a really pissy mood because now I know my salespeople are not trustworthy. I've lost that relationship with my salespeople. I know my SE manager is not trustworthy. So what are my options here beyond deciding, you know what, screw this. I don't want to be part of this. I am better than this. I'm going to go somewhere else. So now the salesperson would lose a great SE, even though they're complaining about that person. The SE manager is going to lose a great SE, even though they don't know they have one. So basically, what are you doing? So the moral of the story is, the sales engineer manager, their default position is have your SEs back. Okay. Salespeople complain, SE managers defend. Don't go to bat for someone you don't know or someone you suspect they might be right. But your initial position is not, let's yell at the SE. And this is a message to sales engineer managers, I guess. Don't don't take that position. And I don't know why I'm angry. I feel like I'm angry. I'm not angry at you. I'm just concerned for the SEs that are facing these situations, because I gave 2 examples of great SE managers, so I'm happy about that. But there are more examples of SEs having their SE managers just simply believe whatever the salesperson tells them about them and then not do anything to fix it. If you're going to give feedback, it should be like quantitative feedback. Like I would want to know what I'm doing wrong. Oh, your discovery sucks. How? What am I supposed to do with this information? How does it suck? And if you've never attended a meeting with the SE, if you've never been on a discovery call with the SE, how are you going to give that feedback? Are you taking someone else's word on it without giving you specific examples? Yeah, I'm taking a deep breath right now. So basically, all I'm trying to say is, if something like that happens, dear SE manager, if a salesperson complains, which is their job, it seems like they get paid to complain sometimes, default action is have the SE's back. Talk to the SE. Let them know this is what's happening. But don't make it in such a way that the SE completely loses trust with their salesperson and also lose trust in you. Because once the SE loses trust in the salesperson and the SE manager, the only 2 people that they really care about, who are they going to trust? That's it for me for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're looking for coaching, if you're in a similar situation and you want to talk through it, let me know. I'm here for you. So with that, get back to work.